Dear viewers, thank you very much for play this video. I have appeared in front of you again today. Now you are in right place. Today I will present a motivational video for beginners. My topic today is about how to make a cartoon dash 3D tools with dash 3D tools and basic concepts of animation. Watch this video carefully and you will benefit even a little bit. If you are new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. Now we can create something. Firstly, you need to add a character. Then choose any pose from the poses section in the smart content. This will automatically create a keyframe. Then change your current frame to somewhere later. The first frame would be good. You can do this by dragging the yellow triangle along the timeline or by typing the number in the current setting at the bottom. After doing that, just choose any other poses from the selection, preferably something similar to the first one. This will create a keyframe at the current frame. You will end up with something like this. And now you can just press play and see how your character changes from one pose to another in smooth animation. Now you can just experiment with this. For example, double the total frame amount and add first pose again as the last keyframe. Your character will move from first pose to the second and then back to first. This will create a nice loop or add more different poses and test how they look. Animating by transforming character. As you now understand, adding poses creates keyframes, but in reality, absolutely any transformation creates keyframes. So let's create some unique animation that cannot be created with poses or presets. If you don't have ideas, the first good animation would be the character waving their hand. Place your character as you want it for the first frame. Then change the frame to later and transform figure. So it will be different from the first frame, thus creating animation. Easy. Let's look at the ways how you can do this. First and probably easiest to understand is the active pose tool. You can find it among other tools at the top of the interface. After selecting the tool, just click and drag any part of your character that you want to transform. It is easy to do and understand how it works. It moves the bone and each connected part, making animation look realistic. The problem with this way is that it is not very precise and sometimes it can be hard to do exactly what you have planned. Next way to transform a character would be the rotating tool at the top right when you have part of the figure selected. So you select any part that you want to dash 3D animate and now can rotate only this part by moving sliders. This will twist this part, move it from side to side or bend it. Also, you can make all three transforms at the same time if you click and drag the sphere in the middle of the tool. Power pose tool is a very strong and useful instrument. You can open it, you follow window pans power pose. Interface looks like this. Here you can click on the circles and move the mouse to transform the corresponding parts of the character. Also, you can change between body, hands and head templates. DAZ3D Genesis 8 figures have their own improved template sets that also include face template. We already wrote more about PowerPoint for Genesis 8 figures in our other article. Last method of transforming that we are mentioning is the pose controls menu. You can find it under the parameters when your character is selected. Using it is very easy. Just find what you want to change in your character and move the slider. For example, you can find sliders for making fist or blending the hip. Now you know all the main ways of transforming your character. There are more ways such as morphing or scaling, but they are not really needed in animation. So with this knowledge, you can try to create something yourself. Just change the current frame, make some changes and do this a couple of times. Remember that you don't need to stick with one of the options to dash 3D animate your character. The best way is to combine them all. Choose a pose that is close to something that you need. Place everything roughly where you need it with the active pose tool or power pose. And finally, make all of the small details with the pose controls and rotation tool. Rinse and repeat a couple of times and you have an animation. Export and import your DAZ Studio animation. After you are done with the animation, you can export it into another program or export your character without animation so you can animate it somewhere else and then bring back here. Exporting is easy, just to go the top menu, click file and find their export. After that, simply choose the place on your computer where you want to save this file and most importantly the format. For DAZ animations, we recommend exporting either the BioVision BVS format, also known as motion capture, or the Autodesk FBX format. First one will import animations of your character. On the other hand, the second one also exports all information as the clothes of the character and place. Right above the export, you can find the import option. You need just to find the needed file on your computer and open it. Importing the BVS files will import only the animation and apply it to your character. Face dash animation. Animating faces was always not an easy task in the DAZ Studio, mainly because there are no preset DAZ 3D animations for the faces as there is for the body, meaning you need to create them yourself. Basically, everything that was already said about animating bodies applies for animating faces too. Use the active pose and rotation tools, but pay close attention to the power pose and pose controls because they are especially useful in creating face animation. Power pose has more interactions with the Genesis 8 figures and it is easy to create some expressions and then to add them as keyframes. Also, it has the face template for advanced transforms. Example expression created it in the power pose. If there is any mistake in my video, please comment. Any comments will make my way easier. Your valuable comments will motivate me to make new videos. Thank you for watching my video. Like and subscribe my channel. See you again next tutorial.